Okay, so good evening, everyone. So it is my pleasure to welcome you all in this exciting event as a part of our web campaign. I'm thrilled to see you so many enthusiast individuals here today, eager to learn and grow in the world of web development. Our web campaign is a multi-day event focused on providing hands-on experience and practical knowledge in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We are honored to have Shashwat Tare, who is an associate consultant at Oracle Finance Service Software Limited, with us today as a speaker for this event. So, Shashwat sir's expertise and industry knowledge will provide us valuable insights and guidance for all our attendees. This event is not just about learning and growing, but also about building connections and having fun. I encourage you to network with your fellow attendees, share your ideas, and make the most of this opportunity. Once again, thank you for joining us today, and I'm looking forward to productivity and exciting event. So, uh, so you can start, I guess.
Yes. Thank you for that introduction, Aman. Hi, guys. I'm your fellow graduate, and I think I have some network issues, so I'll prefer to keep my camera off right now. But I think I'll be able to rectify it in the next event, as far as I know. So, till then, you would have to work with just my voice and my screen as for now. So I'll just turn off my camera and now we can start. So today we are going to achieve a web page which would be looking something like this. So it's a basic web page we using just HTML and CSS that I have created, and I am aiming that I would be able to help you guys out, learn some major or majority of the concepts of this HTML language. It is not something like a programming language. It's just that we can display some data, right? So using different tags and all, we can display all these information. We can have them linked up to our key projects and all that. I'll show you everything about this. And for starters, if I can get a head count by everyone, that which coding platform or ID everyone is comfortable with. Like, do you use Visual Studio Code or just Notepad or Notepad plus plus? Anyone in the chat can answer. VS Code, that's good. VS Code. Okay, so that's a relief for me too, because I was also thinking about VS Code only. So if it's okay for everyone, then we'll start with VS Code itself. VS Code is very simple for us. So what we'll do is we'll close this. I'll just create a new folder and so on, and we'll go through here, show more options, and open with code. Let's just create a file. Let's say, let's name it HTML for now. And yeah, we'll start from here. So in HTML, there are some, what we can say is, syntaxes that are defined and in coding practices we use, and it's for the betterment of everyone. Like, if today you are just creating a website for yourself, but in the corporate world, it's not like that only you are going to work on that website. Everyone else is also going to look into that code, and it's not that you are going to stay in the company. I hope that many people would like to stay in a same company and climb the corporate ladder over there vertically. But sometimes to climb that ladder we need to shift. So during that, if we shift and if someone else doesn't understand your code, what will you do? So therefore, some defined coding practices are there which we follow in every coding platform, like giving some comments and all. Hello. uh,
I guess someone just did it by mistakes.
Oh, no worries. So let's start with the HTML. First, we usually write the doc type as HTML. It's just a, what we can say is method that everyone uses nowadays, and it's not in, like what we can say defined that we have to use, but it's better we use that. Then the simple basic our HTML tag. So one, this is VS Code's IntelliCode Sense, I think, which helps me out with fulfilling the tags. But yes, whenever you are opening a HTML tag, you have to close it with a forward. That's forward, yeah, forward bracket. I am very bad with the bracket, sorry, slash name nomenclature. So bear with me for that. So HTML tag is something like your whole code should be in this HTML tag. I think many of you might be knowing this and have uh, taken the course in our college, but still I will be reiterating everything so that there's no issue or nothing left from my side. Next, if we see my current CV, you are seeing that over here in the tab section, my name is written. So, how to achieve that? So usually we go with the head tag. So head tag is something that whenever a page is loaded, the first thing that loads is whatever written into the head tag. So if we are linking any external file to the page, for example CSS, which I'll talk about a little bit later, then there's JavaScript, or there's some let's say if in websites you see there are some ads, right? So those ads have links defined in the head tag. So in the head tag, so first of all we'll write title. So the title is for our web page. Here you can write, say for example, my CV. So what does this do is I'll just save it. I'll come here, double click over here. So over here now you say it's my CV. If I remove this my CV, let's say we didn't give this, and we'll check it. So it's cv.html, which is the file name. So you don't want to be showing the file name to everyone. Therefore, we just give a title to our file. That this is my CV. Welcome over here. So now when I refresh it, my CV will simple. So over here in title, we can also change this icon. Like right now, it's I think world, but yeah, we can change this. This I'll show you in the later events when I have something planned for you for that also. Next, in head section, we don't generally need anything else for a basic web page, so we'll just keep it empty. And after head comes the body, just like human body anatomy, head, body, and then. So in the body, we what we have over here. So over here we have this section. So in web page is divided into usually three sections, like nav bar, or the first part is a nav bar. Then there's this body, and then there comes a footer. So if you see some other website, I'm not sure which I can show you. Let's say, for example, facebook.com. Ah, it's logged into my. Uh, see, so this section is known as the footer of a web page, and this is generally used in the corporates to have multiple links, and let's say, for example, any references, or you have to give someone a credit. like this was created by Meta. So there is this all thing given over here. So this is a footer, and footer is basically just a static set of code which appears for every web page of your website. Over here we are not using a footer as of now. So we'll continue with this section. Now this section is known as a nav bar, and we can have links attached to it, so that there's drop down menus to this, there's links to this. So whenever we click any link, or let's say for example this text, it would redirect me to a section in this web page itself, but we can redirect it to a next page also. So let's say for example right now I am clicking on courses. So what this does is it will link to a anchor link that I have defined. I'll show you that also, which would go over here, search my courses that I have done, say for example this section, and it would display. See, so this is there. So let's first of all define this nav bar. So what will go is, just say I want to create a nav. So it gives this section. Over here we can say, um, let's say we need a p tag about me. We'll save it and we'll check over. So it's coming over here. This is because I haven't given it any style. So there comes our favorite part of front end development, and some hate it also. I am much of a hater on the side, but we have to work with that also. That's known as CSS. That's cascading style sheets. And cascading style sheet is basically what helps us define or give style to our text. So if I'm just using let's say p tags and everything, so let's say for example p, what is there, about me, projects and website. We'll just add over here first of all projects, projects, websites, and courses. So now what has happened, now we have 4 different tags coming, but these are not either clickable or not looking as good as this one. So we'll do is we'll create a CSS for them. Now CSS can be added to a web page in 3 different parts. One is inline. Say for example, I will write over here in p tag itself, style. Let's say I want its color as red. So what this will do is color about me to red. But this is a very crude way of writing, and I'll tell you why this is so crude. Is when you check developer options over here, you will see it's written over here, and this does not look very good. This is not how usual websites that you see on day-to-day basis, even Google or LinkedIn, work. They want all the style and everything mentioned to be in a different file. So we'll do that so that we get the idea. So we'll just come here and create cv.css. So now what we will do is we are going to create it for navigation, right? So we'll come here, we will just say nav. I want to create a CSS for nav. Over here in CSS, the syntax is you write the element name if there's defined a tag for it. So nav is a defined tag in HTML. Nav is for navbar and it's defined tag such as body also, head and a title. So if for defined tag we are using, then we'll just simply write nav and then give a curly brackets to it. This is its syntax. In nav, we can say I want some margin on the top and I'll write 10 pixels. Okay. Now if I refresh, we don't see much of a difference over here, right? Let's say we change it to 100 pixels. See here, still not nothing working. Why? Okay. See, this is this is one of my rookie mistakes that I do every time when I'm creating a new CSS file. You see, I have written nav margin top 100 px, right? But the main thing which I forgot is I didn't link it to the cv.html. So now how this file will know that my all the cascading style sheet is over here and not in this file itself. So in the head tag, we have to say to the HTML and the browser that I have to link one file and it would be a style sheet and its link is href equals to cv.css. Use this and done. Now if we refresh it, we have some margin on the top. This is some 100 pixels. So CSS is basically trial and error. So over here, how much distance is there? It's very small, right? We can say near about, let's say for example, this distance we can count as 10 or 20 pixels. So what I'll do is come over here, assign 20 first. Let's we'll refresh it and check. Okay. Now we need a box also to this. This box is very important. So we'll first of all look for a box. Okay, so over here we'll come up and say what I use to put this. Sorry. Yeah. Let's say we have the height defined to 60 pixels. So what this will do is the height for a navbar would be defined to 60 pixels only. We have to change this p tags also over here. We'll do this, but first we'll just write the CSS quickly. Everyone is following or someone is lagging behind right now?
So it's going great.
Okay. Guys, if you have any difficulties, just interrupt me. It's fine by me. So what we'll do is we'll give it a height, we'll give it a width for time being. Let's say the width is near about 700 pixels. The long one, right? Where did it go? Over here. Let's say this is 700 pixels right now. We are not looking into the code directly, so 700 pixels will take it. Then we will come. Uh, we need to give it a border. So I'll do border and border radius. First we need border, right? Let's add border to it, and let's say I give the border to it as 5 pixel and refresh it, and let's see, 5. This is weird. And why it is not working? Uh, let's see. We'll inspect this also. Okay, this is given it a table. So, this should, but this should not hinder us. We'll again try something else. Here, let's say I give it a yes, in Excel. I'll come back. There's nothing just displaying over here. We'll come back. We'll check what we can add. Okay. Let's just see. Height we have given, width we have given, border is not showing. Border radius we can assign, but if the border is not showing, then there's no meaning of border radius. Let's see, for example, in height of cell, just to check if there's something. Okay, now there's some changes over here. Let's remove some of the p tags. Just everyone some identification markers to each of them. This delete and refresh it. Okay, we have some spaces. Okay. Now again back to our CSS where we were struggling. Let's say margin top we gave. It's not center also, right? It says this is, we can see it's center, so I'll just come over here, text align center. Let's see what this does. Okay, we have something, but why it's not the whole center? I guess it's because of our width. Now, yay. Okay, now we have some progress. We have a long way to go. So text align is used to align all the text that is there in the given tag wherever you want. Like right now it's in center. I can assign it to left. So what this will do, it will come to the left. If I say go to the right, it will go to the right. So we can play over here just to get to know what a particular tag can do. Again, come back to center. I need you in the center. From here, next thing we need,
So,
yeah,
so
yes,
for the border, I guess you can also write now for 5 pixel solid black. That would give us the color border with the color, right? 5 pixel
yes,
solid black.
yeah, right. You can do that. Model, solid, and black. And we got the border. Right. So this from here also we can add. I as far as I remember, 10 px. If I add this radius, we don't need the radius again. We'll just comment this section. No, it's within. So now it's a bit long of a rectangle, right? We need a shorter one. So let's say we come here. Again, width you are required. I'll say be 500 pixels for now till I test you out. That's short. This is way shorter than this. So what we can say be 600 pixels. It's big, but this is a larger one. Give it 800. Hopefully this looks similar, but this is over here, right? And text align just aligns the text to the center. So to align the whole tag, say for example navigation, what we can use in CSS, since the center align items is not working, or let's say it's deprecated now, we use margin left auto and margin right auto. So we have made some progress, which looks for the first part like great. Now what we have to do is fill up the color and then work on the text. Simple. Let's say I'll give it a background color as dark gray. Okay, there's something. That's not this. Let's say, for example, what we can do. We'll come up over here. This looks more like it. A little bit darker, but we can always come back to it. Right now, we don't have any border, right? We can remove the border. We don't need you. Ah, already looking somewhat similar. Still, we need this gap to be corrected. What we can do, we can use padding. Everybody knows padding like cell padding in Excel. I hope some of you have used padding. If not, then I'll tell you. So what padding is that it adds extra spaces, say for example 10 pixel, or let's just say I need 20 pixel. So what it will do is, for it will add padding to every area over here. So now the text would be inside this, but it would have some padding of 20 pixel all side down. So therefore this block also gets a large one. We don't need this large block. We'll just say I need padding of 10 pixel, and we'll just refresh it. Now we need the text to be white, right? Sorry. We'll just go over here. Same text, color. Where did it go? Okay, let's try this color. I think color works fine. I'll give it white. Close. We'll refresh. Yay! Now we have white. Next thing that we have to do for the navigation is what is missing from our navigation, that is over here. This is in the center and bold, and some different text. No, the text is like ours only, but this is over here, like this section, equally distributed, and anything else you guys can notice. We can make it clickable, right? Okay, let's come back to our code. Check for the CSS. What all we have added? Margin top is done. Height 60 pixel, maybe. Okay, we'll change it later. Border we don't need now, and I have added two borders. Oh, line height might use. Yes, we will use that. Helps us. Border radius 10 pixel, we need it. Text align center, we need it. Margin left, we need it. Margin right, we need it. Background color, we need it. Padding 10 px is also needed by us, and color white is for the text color. Next, what we have to use? Let's check out this section. YRB little bit back. Okay, this is the sole reason of me not liking the CSS. We never know when we get stuck. Okay, for now, we'll leave this as is. We'll work on the function of this, 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 where did- this. For that, we need a this box also, right, where we can write our code. So first, let's create our box for that, and then we'll go forward with the rest of the part. So we come back to our body tag. Now after this, we'll go over here, tag, and in the paragraph where I'll first have the tech, engineer. Then see now in HTML, if I want to display it like this, it's not just like word that I'll just click and enter, again enter, need some space, name, Shashwat Tare. That's it. I'll come over here, refresh. It will come in the same line because our web browser or our HTML file doesn't know what I want to. So it I am looking at it over here, it has some space, but when our web browser processes this file, it will say, ha, space, I'll just move it away. And it will continue from over here. So for that, either you can use a break tag, that's BR. It's a simple break tag. What it will do is, it will tell the browser that, bro, I need to break this line. We need to go into the new line. From here, there should be this section. So now when I refresh it, this comes right down. So it's saying, okay, I acknowledge you. Now we are below it, but still we are not in the center, right? What we'll do, we'll come to cv.css. We'll see where we were writing. Let's say p tag, and I'll add, say for example, what we can give this section a name. Guys, any suggestions? Like till this, it's something like about me, right? It just says that I have done BTech engineering. My name is Shashwat Tare, and my objective, if I want to add. So let's say, for example, I'll say this is my about me section. Come down here, say about me. As simple as that. But now, if we see in where did it go? Here again, about me is before BTech computer engineering, and I don't want this about me being in the same text as my other paragraph. I'll just say what I'll do is there are headings. Just like in Word, when we use a bold tag, or we say that I want this line to be in a heading format, we'll just use over here heading. It, now in headings, we have 6 different types. Heading means sizes. It's sizes, not types, sorry. So it's like H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Now, H1 is the largest. Let's say I say in H1 I need about me. What this will do is now about me is so big and my text is less smaller. Right? This doesn't look good. We'll go there. We'll say no, I don't want H1. I'll be happy, I guess, with the H2. I go here. Huh, H2 looks good for me. It's a little bit in sync. It doesn't look like out of place. I'll use the H2 tag. Then I go again, about me. First, we don't write computer engineering in CV. We go over here. I'll say, this is my name. I'm Shashwat Tare. Then again, I'll add a break right now for some moment. I'll say break. Then I'll say, what do I say? Qualification. No. Uh, qualification with the news. Qualification. So I would say I did my BTech in computer engineering. Yeah, engineering. Now we'll go over here and check. So now about me, my name is Shashwat Tare. Qualification is BTech Computer Engineering. But this does not look anywhere close to this, and also this looks pretty in the center, right? To watch a web page that is center aligned, there's nothing in between. What a pleasure. So what we'll do, come back over here and we will say this paragraph tag should be in the center. So I'll go here P. I'll say align my text to center. That's not just the thing. We'll go back. We'll check. We have P over here. And I didn't check this. Hmm. We'll say first of all get everything into center, and for that we'll use margin left, margin right. We'll tell it get everything over here. Still we got nothing. Okay, what we can do is we'll tell that this paragraph is for my about me section. About me. So now when I go over here, I'll say I don't want you adding everything in the paragraph tag. I'll say give it to about me. Now we refresh and still there's nothing. That's very sad. What is missing? We have given it a class name. We have assigned a CVV. So if you want, if you are using different p tags, like let's say there's one more p tag over here. I'm using one more p tag for let's say education purposes or objective. Like I want to write over here my objective of this C. Let's say again BR and say this portfolio city is created to teach and showcase its HTML functions. Refresh it, it comes right underneath. But when I am assigning P over here, if I say I need P tag, I'll just use P tag in the old things and I'll say color, make it dark green. Oh, forgot this. In the syntax, we forgot one thing. This should work now. Still, that is not working. So, oh, I remember now. In this also, we were using p tag. See, so what has happened is it just went, found all the p tags it could apply to. So now this about me and all this is green. Over here, this is also looking green. We'll change the color green so that we know we were right. Yellow. See. So now for a p tag, it is assigning everywhere there where it can easily, but this p tag is not being assigned. Why? So this is the reason why web developers usually start with CSS first learning, but I went the other way, and I always struggle with CSS. But anyways, what we will do now over here to overcome this is I'll just say I don't want this color yellow everywhere. So I'll remove p tag from here. I'll go over here. I'll say this p tag has a class. So classes is a way of defining a particular section in your p tag, which is normally used everywhere. Say for example, I have used p over here. I have used p over here. I have used paragraph tag over here. So what I will say is, for this paragraph tag, this paragraph section should be named as about. And just do a little so that I can find it easily. So now for this section only, we need some new coloring. So I'll say go find about me, and I'll add a full stop because this is something that I have added to it. It is not that the HTML has about me defined as there's this something called as about me that Shashwat is using, and we have that about me with us. So as Shashwat says that about me is in CSS, I'll use it. It should be able to find it. So this is its identifier to assign that this is a class about me. So now if we refresh it, so over here our p tag is okay, but our about me section is still not okay. We'll again go over here, check what is missing. There's nothing which should stop it, but that's just how CSS is. It'll be like, bro, we do things our way. We don't listen to you. We need how we need. The class is correct. Everything is correct. Still, it will say, I'm not feeling like it, and you are stuck. Let's say I'll add class about me over here also, just to check. Why did it not fill? This is working, this is not working. See, I said I always struggle. I remove this, refresh, and now it's working. Wow. So the H2 tag was the culprit. H2 tag come over here. Now, as we have found out that about me is now working, we don't delete it in this section. Objective. Over here we need it. I'll say, first of all, get a background color that is this one. I'll just copy this section and paste it over here. And now we have a background. Then I'll say, now since you have a background, let the height that you define as, say for example, 50 pixels. So for 50 pixels over here in this section, I would have a dark gray background. Next I need is text color to be white. I don't do yellow. It's white. Great. Now we have white. Next what we can do is we need it in the center. I come back over here, go to the CSS. I'll say align my text CSS to center, and we have it in the center. But it's not bold, right? So for bold, we have two ways. Either we can use it in CSS or we go into the HTML tag. I'll say over here, if this tag is bold, section, cut and paste. I'll refresh this. Now it's bold. I'll say use the beta over here also. Guys, please interrupt me when I do something wrong. I'll say I need one more layer of line. And we went outside. We'll just go over here in CSS. I'll say um, since my text is going out, I don't need 50 pixel now. I need 90 pixel. Refresh it. Bam. We have the 90 pixel. But is it looking same as this? Answer is no. We need the border radius also, and I think that should do it for starters. I'll come back here downside, say border radius 10 pixel. Help me. And it's done. In such a way, when we go on creating the classes over here, say for example, after about me, I have a class for my projects. Or let's say over here, what we have is educational qualification. So I'll say, where did it go? I'll dot education. Say, keep the color as white only for me. Thank you. I'll say keep the background color as RGB 74, 74, 74, which I used previously. I'll also say text should be aligned to center, my friend. I'll come back over here. I look for it's a new paragraph tag, and I'll give the class name to it as equals to double quotes education. Over here, what I've written is education. I'll just again go for bold. So keep it bold. I'll say education. As simple as that. I refresh it. We have something as education. But this is so small, tiny, miny education block. We have a table inside it, and this table has some changes also. So the next tag we will learn today is a table. So let's say how to enter a table in HTML. Simple. Say I need a table. In that table, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll consider these as table headers. You might already know them. So I'll just say, give me a table header named degree. Next, give me a table header named institute. Next, give me a table header as board slash university. Next, give me a table header as percentage slash C. And finally, I need a table header as the year I passed on. Simple. I'll save this work quickly, come over here, refresh it. See, now what has happened is the table tag did not get all the values that were defined over here in the p tag. This is because for a class to be defined, if I define it under a paragraph tag, what will happen is it will take all the elements that are in that paragraph tag only and not extra tags. This b tag is used as an addition on the paragraph tag, but this table tag creates a new element itself. So what we can do over here to give the education CSS to whole section is we can have a division or something known as sections. We can call them as section, we can call them as division or div or articles. So I would like to, let's say for example, keep it as just P right now, not to complicate everything with you all. And we'll just say what I can do is I'll go to my CSS. I'll say, bro, ऐसा कर मुझे टेबल कॉमा pd ph के लिए एक CSS का ब्लॉक बना के दे जिसके अंदर बैकग्राउंड कलर फिर से मुझे वही चाहिए RGB वाला, टेक्स्ट का कलर मुझे वाइट दे दे और टेक्स्ट को अलाइन कर दे सेंटर को। इसके लिए इतना कर देते मेरे लिए, बाकी का हम देखते हैं बाद में। तो अभी ये तो हो गया, लेकिन हमारे इसमें बॉर्डर्स भी थे बढ़िया से। तो मैं वापस CSS के पास जाता हूँ, बोलता हूँ यार मुझे टेबल में ना बॉर्डर चाहिए, तो ऐसा काम कर बॉर्डर दे दे मुझे 2 पिक्सल की बढ़िया सी, उसको सॉलिड रखना और वाइट कर देना उनको भी। वापस हम यहाँ आए, ये बॉर्डर्स बन गई। अभी हम वापस यहाँ पे आते हैं, यहाँ पे देखते हैं क्या क्या दिया है। अभी ये सारा जो है ये हमारा टेबल का एक तरह से डेटा है, ठीक है। दिस इज समथिंग लाइक वी हैव data under each header. So whenever you are adding the data into the HTML, you have to follow this line only. So if I am going like th degree, then institute, then board, then university, then percentage, and then year. So whenever I am adding a new row after this, it will go in the same way. There's nothing, there should be no difference, otherwise your data would look in different places. Also, one thing here I forgot to define the row. मैं टेबल को बताना भूल गया कि ये मेरी पहली रो है और पहली रो के अंदर ये सारे हेडर्स आएंगे। मैं इनको कट करके यहाँ पे पेस्ट करता हूँ, बोलता हूँ ये सारा जो टेबल का पहला रो है ना, इसको दिखाना और कहीं नहीं। ठीक है, फिर मैं वापस नीचे आया, मैं बोला एक नई रो शुरू कर जिसके अंदर मुझे वैल्यू डालनी है, जैसे मेरा बीटेक का। मैं यहाँ पे आया, मैं बोला ये टेबल का डेटा लेना है यहाँ, इसके अंदर डिग्री आएगी मेरी बीटेक। ठीक है, फिर वापस एक नया डेटा ले जिसमें मैं डालता हूँ इंस्टीट्यूट। इंस्टीट्यूट है अपना MPSTME, ये SVKM से NMIMS MPSTME। तो मैं लिख रहा हूँ SVKM NMIMS MPSTME, ये हो गया मेरा इंस्टीट्यूट। फिर मैं बोलता हूँ अभी मेरे इंस्टीट्यूट का यूनिवर्सिटी है SVKM, तो वो भी ले ले तू। फिर मैं आ जाता हूँ CGPA पे, वो भी एक डेटा हो गया। CGPA में डाल दूंगा 3.7 और PD में ईयर में डाल दूंगा 2018 से 2022। इतना डिस्प्ले करा, रो खत्म कर, टेबल खत्म कर और ये डिस्प्ले करो। यहाँ पे आए हम, ये डिस्प्ले हुआ। लेकिन अभी तुम ये देखो कि ये सिर्फ ऊपर की रो में बॉर्डर्स आया है, हमें नीचे भी चाहिए। ऐसा तो होगा नहीं कि हम ऊपर वालों को ही रखेंगे, नीचे वालों को देंगे नहीं। हम वापस आए CSS के पास, हमने बोला एक काम कर, तो टेबल हेडर के साथ टेबल डेटा को भी यही सब दे, तो इसमें भी यही चाहिए। रिफ्रेश किया तो ये आ गया, लेकिन अब ना ये डबल डबल बॉर्डर दिख रहा है और वो मुझे मज़ा नहीं आ रहा। मैं इस पर बोल रहा हूँ कि भाई डबल तो नहीं आना चाहिए, मुझे ना सिंगल सिंगल ही चाहिए। तो वो कैसे करेंगे हम? कुछ नहीं, वापस CSS के पास आएंगे, CSS को बोलेंगे कि क्या कर सकते हैं हम बॉर्डर के लिए। ट्राई करते हैं, बॉर्डर को बोलते हैं बॉर्डर ना कोलैप्स हो सकता है, कोलैप्स होता है। आप आके ट्राई करते हैं, कोलैप्स काम किया, हाँ कुछ तो दिख रहा है हमें। तो हमने बॉर्डर को बोला कि तो बॉर्डर तो ना कोलैप्स हो जाए। अभी तेरा साइज और सॉलिड का इतना डिफरेंस लग नहीं रहा हमें, पर हम तुझे रखते हैं, यहाँ पे तक कहीं तू लोड ना हो। उसके बाद अभी हमें ये भी सेंटर में चाहिए, वही सेम अपना मार्जिन राइट मार्जिन लेफ्ट हो गया। मार्जिन लेफ्ट आ जाओ ऑटो पे, मार्जिन राइट तुम भी आ जाओ ऑटो पे। और ये हमने रिफ्रेश किया, ये सेंटर में आ गया बढ़िया सा। लेकिन इसमें तो ये पूरा ये दिख रहा है, हमारा सिर्फ इतने का ही बैकग्राउंड आ रहा है, ये तो गलत बात है। कुछ नहीं, हम क्या करेंगे, हम एक काम करते हैं, हम नैव के ऊपर आते हैं, एक बॉडी टैग के लिए भी डिफाइन कर देते हैं। ऐसा करो, बैकग्राउंड कलर तुम फिक्स ही रख लो RGB। ये क्या करेगा, हमारी पूरी बॉडी को ही बैकग्राउंड कलर दे देगा, लेकिन वो हमें चाहिए नहीं। हमें तो बस इस सेक्शन के लिए चाहिए या इस सेक्शन के लिए चाहिए। अब इस सेक्शन का तो हमने डिफाइन कर दिया, इस सेक्शन का हमें देना है। हम वापस आते हैं, हम बोलते हैं छोड़ छोड़ बॉडी को नीचे, बॉडी तो गलत हो जाएगा बहुत ज़्यादा। हम बोलते हैं लोअर पार्ट, लोअर नहीं, क्या दे सकते हैं इसे, कोई नाम सजेस्ट करो मुझे सेक्शन का। ये सेक्शन जो हमारा है इसको क्या दे, कंटेंट, कंटेंट सही रहेगा, कंटेंट। यहाँ पे आते हैं, हम बोलते बॉडी में नैव तो बन गया, नैव के नीचे के पार्ट को ना हमें अब नाम देना पड़ेगा, और नाम के साथ ना उसे एक सेक्शन दे देंगे या फिर डिवीजन दे देंगे। डिवीजन देते हैं, डिवीजन क्या करता है, डिवीजन के काफ़ी काम हैं। एक काम हम लोग बस इतना अभी के लिए जान लेते हैं। ये डिव बनाया, डिव पे मैंने दिया क्लास का नाम, ये क्लास ले ले कंटेंट। अब ऐसा कर, इसके अंदर तो यहाँ से इतना सेक्शन ले ले, कट करके यहाँ पे मैं तुझे दे देता हूँ, और अब मुझे बता कि तू कैसा दिखता है। हाँ, तो अभी हमारा जो ये सेक्शन था उससे सिमिलर लगने लगा है ये, क्योंकि इसका एक वाइट बैकग्राउंड है पीछे, इसका भी थोड़ा सा है। अभी इसका सीएसएस में हम थोड़ा झोल झाल करते हैं बाद में, पहले ये सारा डेटा भी यहीं ले लेंगे। तो हम बोलते हैं ऐसा कर लो, अभी ये सब सही से चल ही रहा है, इसको भी कट करो, इसको उठाओ, सब लोग एक ही डिवीजन में आ जाओ ताकि दिक्कत नहीं होगी। अभी अगर एक ही डिवीजन यूज़ कर रहे हैं तो फिर अबाउट मी में बैकग्राउंड कलर देना रिडंडेंसी है, एजुकेशन में बैकग्राउंड कलर देना रिडंडेंसी है, टेबल में बैकग्राउंड कलर देना रिडंडेंसी है, और तो और काफ़ी सारे टैग्स यहाँ पे जो हमने यूज़ किए वो सब भी रिडंडेंट हो जाते हैं। तो हम क्या करेंगे, ये जो कंटेंट वाला है उसमें हमारे यहाँ का सारा चीज़ें उठाते हैं। हम बोलते हैं ऐसा कर, बॉर्डर रेडियस ले ले 10 पिक्सल का, तो हमारा हर जगह से हटाना हो जाएगा वो। फिर हम और क्या हटा सकते हैं, यहाँ से टेक्स्ट अलाइन, तो बोल दे पूरे ही सेक्शन का टेक्स्ट अलाइन कर दे सेंटर, सब सेंटर में आ गया अपना बढ़िया सा, दिक्कत भी नहीं हुई कुछ। और क्या है अबाउट मी में, हाइट की अब हमें ज़रूरत नहीं है, टेक्स्ट अलाइन हमने यूज़ कर लिया, बॉर्डर रेडियस भी यूज़ कर लिया। तो अब ना हम, अगर हमें चाहिए अबाउट मी को हटा सकते हैं, लेकिन हम हटाते नहीं हैं, हमने इसको कमेंट कर देंगे ताकि सेफ साइड रहे कि अगर कहीं अबाउट मी हटाने से कुछ फट गया तो। अभी सीएसएस का कमेंट सिंपल है, बैक स्लैश स्टार लिखाऊंगा मैं, स्टार बैक स्लैश, रिफ्रेश किया, क्या हो गया, अबाउट मी ब्लैक हो गया, लेकिन यहाँ पे तो कलर वाइट था क्योंकि हमने यहाँ कलर ही नहीं दिया। वाह, कलर, इसको बोलो यार तू वाइट हो ही जा। अब वापस चेक करते हैं हम, हमारा अबाउट मी सेक्शन सही से काम कर रहा है। एक मिनट क्या, हाँ सॉरी, एजुकेशन में का भी सारा चीज़ें इसमें आ गया, और एजुकेशन हमारा डिव के अंदर ही है। तो हम बोलते हैं ऐसा कर, एजुकेशन को भी हम गायब कर देते हैं अभी के लिए, वापस चेक कर लेंगे, सही से चल रहा है, बहुत बढ़िया चीज़ है। अभी टेबल का कलर भी हमें नहीं चाहिए, सीधा चेक कर लेंगे, इतना है, बहुत ही बढ़िया। अब यहाँ पे ना थोड़ा गैप है, तुम देखो एंड में एक्स्ट्रा सेक्शन मिला है ना, वो चीज़ हमें इसमें भी चाहिए। हमारा तो फुल स्टॉप लग जाता है, ऊपर भी थोड़ा जगह चाहिए, यहाँ पे जो है वो कहाँ से लेंगे, सिंपल है, सीवीवी में हो, सीएसएस में सीवीवी क्या लगाओ, सॉरी, यहाँ पे आके पैडिंग दे दो बढ़िया सी, इनके 20 पिक्सल की पैडिंग दे दो, फ्रेश, ठीक है, लेकिन यहाँ गैप चिपक गया, गलत बात, तो 10 पिक्सल ही है। और ये अभी भी ऊपर चिपक रहा है, तो हम दे देते हैं इसको एक मार्जिन की पैडिंग तो तेरे लिए सही है, लेकिन तू मार्जिन भी ले टॉप से 10 पिक्सल की। मतलब ये अपने सेक्शन के टॉप से 10% की मार्जिन लेके चलना है कि 10 पिक्सल नीचे ही आऊँगा मैं, मुझे तुम कुछ भी बोलो। सो दैट इज नाउ मेन डिफरेंस that you might think why I'm using padding and margin also. So padding is the space inside of a section, whereas margin is outside. So if I say that margin top 10 पिक्सल, तो वो ऊपर से 10 पिक्सल छोड़ के चलेगा। अभी इसी की जगह मैं मार्जिन को कर दूं ना 100 पिक्सल, अब देखना ये कितना नीचे जाता है। तो ये अभी इसमें ये सेक्शन मान के चलो 100 पिक्सल है, ठीक चीज़ है। इसको वापस हम 10 कर देंगे, अभी अपना थोड़ा सा बेटर लुक आ रहा है। अब वापस हम टेबल पे चले जाते हैं फटाक से, काफ़ी टाइम हो गया राइट। एनीवन is everyone is comfortable with this, or we can continue tomorrow or day after tomorrow?
So it's fine so far. We can also continue it day after tomorrow. Like no issue.
uh, uh, I can go on. See, this is my work, I can go on, but you might have college tomorrow, so therefore I was asking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what we can do is from day after tomorrow, so that would be great, right?
Yeah, so what I'll do is, the site that we were looking over here for our reference, I will send it to one of the organizers so that they can also look into it. And if needed, we will share it with you all, every participant, so you can look into the code as well. We'll continue from here only, and we will add some things over here, like some images or something over there. Then we will jump into JavaScript, and then we'll have one section which would be really grateful for you. So if that's fine by everyone, we can pause over here. Otherwise, whatever you like. I think we should take a pause over here. Aman is there? No. Okay, Samarth or Jonty? Jonty, uh, we'll take a pause, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will continue day after tomorrow, and we'll quickly finish it tomorrow. I think I was a little bit slow today, so I'll quickly do that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Wonderful session.
sure.